This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
Dads are deal killers when it comes to residential real estate. Have you heard this before?
No, dads are deal killers.
Deal killers.
So when you say that, dads are deal killers, the first thing that comes to mind is a teenager and her dad with a shotgun, and she's trying to go on a date with this guy, and the dad's there, and he's the deal killer.
Yep.
You are not going out with this guy. You are a deal killer.
That's basically the same.
Is it?
Basically the
But
same.
you're talking about when it comes to selling your home or to buying a home?
Yeah,
or?
so think of buying a home. So think about instead of a shotgun, dad shows up with a flashlight and a tape measure. And you're like, oh man, here comes Pop.
So coming from your perspective, you're trying to help a couple buy a home.
Yeah, so somebody's looking to buy a house, and oftentimes maybe their first home, and they're nervous, they're scared, and so who are they going to lean on? They're going to lean on the support group. Oftentimes it's family. And dad's bought 1 or 2 houses. He's owned a house for the last 25 years. He knows a thing or two, so he's going to help protect his baby girl. And so he shows up with his flashlight, tape measure, and
And his leveler.
And a screwdriver, and he's gonna find everything wrong in this house, and everything needs to be fixed before she moves in, or else, like, why are you buying this house? It's falling down. It's not good enough for you.
Right.
And so you're gonna have my grandchildren in this home? Like, no, that's not happening. And so dads are deal killers. And so, however, not all dads are deal killers. Valerie and I.
Well, hold on, go back.
Okay.
How do you, as a realtor, deal with that?
You just let them.
Because they want perfection for their princess.
Perfection.
But perfection is not realistic.
No.
And how do you convey that to the dad?
Hey, I'm sure you want perfection for your princess, right? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Well, then why'd she marry this guy? Like, you settled once.
Why did you allow that to happen?
You settled once. Let's settle again. Okay, that's not a big deal. No, so I'm trying to get better at communicating, and what I mean by that is it's easy to say something to somebody. It's a whole different ballgame for that to be heard and received by somebody. And so if I'm trying to give advice or guidance in a transaction and they are not hearing that, and instead they're hearing, hey, he just wants a quick sale, hey, he's in it for the money, he doesn't have my best interest. If I'm giving them solid advice but they're hearing that, then they're not hearing what I'm trying to communicate. But if they trust me and they understand that we've done this many times and we understand the process and we're protecting them, then they're hearing, he has my best interest, I'm so glad he's looking out for me, I couldn't do this without him. And so when dads then insert themselves, it's now the dad's trust a little bit versus the trust that they've established with us. And so now we just have to figure out a way to marry the two and give and reassure dad now. Because once dad's reassured, then the daughter, it could be a son, then the family will be reassured.
Yeah.
But not all dads are deal killers. In fact, I went on a listing appointment recently, and mind you, I'm walking into this house, and the dad meets me at the door. I'm like, this is different. Normally I meet you on the buy side, And dad, he's like, here, let me walk you through the house. It's my daughter's house. All this stuff.
So the daughter was not there.
She was there.
Oh,
she was there. And then we sit down at the table after, touring the home and going over everything we provide, like about the Bay Area buyer marketing plan, the 5 people that we pay to proactively market the home, how we pay for staging, give you like a warranty, all this stuff, and the digital marketing. And we get to the end. I was like, okay, so what do you think? Do you think I'm the best agent to work for you? And she looks over to dad. She's like, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, he's really good. I've never seen anything like this before. And I'm like, thanks, Pop.
Yeah,
dads are not always deal killers. They sometimes
that's why you were grateful that you showed up with some cigars to bribe the dad, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what happened?
No, man. So I would say,
I'm just telling you, that's a smart strategy right there I just gave you.
Cigars?
Always have a pack of cigars with you in every appointment in case the dad shows up. And
at the home,
that's the deal saver.
That's the deal
saver instead of the deal killer.
Hey! This is easy. You don't have to even use the tape measure. Just light up the cigar, stand back, let them do all the work.
Exactly.
We got
there
this.
You go.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I am blown away because I grew up in a super anti tobacco home, and I just kind of thought more like everybody was like that. But I'm blown away at the number of people who really appreciate, men and women, cigars.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's a type of refinement. Some people look at it that way. Like, it's different than, cigarettes and tobacco that everyone grew up in the 60s, 70s, even 80s, and sometimes even 90s. It's just different. It's a different experience.
Totally different experience.
But how does your mom feel about that? I'm curious. And your mom and dad, because you like to smoke cigars. So how does your dad and mom feel about that?
I would say dad's the one, ironically enough, that got me into it.
Oh, right.
And so if he doesn't like it, that's tough cookies, because he got me into it. But my mom's definitely not a fan. Not a fan. So,
but luckily you have a wife who also smokes cigars, right?
Mom's not a fan. Mother-in-law is not a fan.
But all that matters is your wife.
But Valerie, because I mean, if you eat ice cream, like, sugar's bad for you.
Sure.
Right? And so I'm not saying, like, there was a time when I was smoking 7 to 10 cigars a week.
Really?
Yeah. And so it was just the thing I'd do every night. I'd come home, eat dinner, and then I'd be working outside, like the garage, and I'd just be smoking a cigar. And I just really enjoyed it. But when the boys were born, it's like, I didn't want them to be like, 2 weeks old smelling cigar smoke. And so I prefer to hang out with them than smoke cigars.
Sure.
And so, maybe it's one every 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not as often as it used to be. In fact, I have not bought cigars in a long time, because there's a lot of generous people out there, and they'll give me cigars.
It's true. I don't smoke. I've never smoked, but I like the way cigars smell.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like it's just like coffee. I don't drink coffee. I hate coffee, but like some fresh ground coffee, the smell, I appreciate it. I do enjoy it. Like when my co-host comes in and he's got coffee, I go, oh, that smells good. I would hate to taste it. It would taste terrible. Same thing with cigars. I would never smoke a cigar, but I appreciate the smell of them.
Well, hey, we'll be smoking cigars Monday. If you want to come on by and grab one
and sniff them,
you can just sniff them. You don't even have to smoke them. You can just hang out.
Here's the cigar sniffer.
Yeah,
that's great.
So, all right. Well, hey, cigars do increase the value of your home. Not all dads are bad, and if you are available on Thursday the 29th, come out and check us out and meet us and have a great time at the Mix in Sacramento.
And where do they get info on that?
Just Google Mix and Mingle on Eventbrite. Just search it, Mix and Mingle, and you'll see us pop right up.